Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Barrie Real Estate TV, a weekly web series I do in partnership with 705contracting.ca. I'm your host, Luke Bouillon, a real estate broker with the Knowles Woolsey team at RE/MAX Hallmark Che right here in the beautiful city of Barrie. This is episode number 32, and we're doing another COVID-19 market update. Ontario is just about to enter phase 2 of the reopening plan, and we're going to tell you what that means for us here and what it means for you in the city of Barrie right after this. So as I said, Ontario is entering phase 2 of its reopening plan, and there is some fantastic pieces of news here people have been waiting for. The first one that's getting people really excited are that restaurant patios are opening again. This is something we've been waiting for months, as we haven't been able to do anything quasi-normal like sitting down and just having a drink and a bite of food with some family and friends. So you'll be able to head to a local patio this Friday and do that. I imagine that it's going to be a crazy line at first, but obviously that's going to calm down, and we just think it's really good news. So it may, again, you can grab a few buddies, you can have a bite to eat and support a local business outdoors where it's a bit safer. The city's also talking about something called a Patios Everywhere program here in Barrie, where businesses who didn't used to qualify for a patio will now be able to do that if they have the space. Which is, again, great news because some businesses don't have the interior space to meet the provincial guidelines for the social distancing, but with the patio, they'll be able to do that. There's also a pilot project being considered for a food truck court somewhere in the city of Barrie. A couple of locations are still being tossed around, but businesses, restaurants, mostly are going to be able to set up food trucks in this area where you'll be able to go and be outdoors, enjoy a bite to eat, and support local businesses. Again, for the ones who don't have room to do this, either on a patio or they're not in a location where that would be, conducive, they'll be able to bring their truck to this area and you'll be able to support them that way. So that's obviously really good news. We're really excited about all those things. Another important thing that people are super giddy about are that hairdressers are going to be opening this Friday. I obviously need a haircut really bad, but I'm not going to be one of the first people in line on Friday to do that. I imagine they're booking up already, so hopefully over the next week or so I'm able to get a trim, but I know some of you are probably making appointments already, which is really awesome that we're able to finally do these things safely. Of course, there's going to be all kinds of different measures in place to try and keep people safe, and it's going to be tough for a lot of these businesses, guys, as they've got to have less people per hour, and they've got to do more sanitizing, different things, and more space between clients. So it's going to take some getting used to, but obviously we're in the right track to try and start opening things up and getting things done. So that's super exciting. What does that mean here for us in real estate, though? It means the market is going to continue to explode, guys. So we are an essential service, and we've been selling homes safely through this entire pandemic process. But every time the province reopens more things, people get more out and about, and that desire to move increases. So we're already seeing things creep up. In the last 5 days, there are 72 new listings in the city of Barrie proper, and 44 have already sold. Inventory is at a record low, and that's making prices soar, and there's no sign of that going down anytime soon. So this is a fantastic time to sell. If you've been thinking about selling, you got to get out there and get your house posted right now. Give us a call because we're going to take advantage of these ever increasing pricing. But on the flip side of that, and this is going to sound counterintuitive, but it's also a fantastic time to buy because what's happening is the prices are going to continue to increase. So to say, we're going to wait this out, there is no sign of price dropping. So if you don't buy now, you're going to buy the same house for a little bit more money next month and more money the month after that, and so on and so forth, because they're creeping up about 10%. So you're going to keep seeing that happening. Get in there quick if you guys are thinking about it. I know there was some kind of doom and gloom earlier in the week about CMHC changing the criteria to qualify, especially if you're a first-time buyer. But doom and gloom is really what that was. It's not going to affect almost anybody, or probably anybody. So they made it sound like you might have to put more money down. They made it sound like you're going to qualify for less money. But CMHC is only one insurer out of a couple different ones that are available in Canada, or at least in Ontario. And their change only affects people who have a certain credit score or below, and which my understanding is less than 5% of people who apply for mortgages are actually going to fit that criteria. Everyone else, nothing changes. But even for those who were in that bracket where they would be affected by this change, there are at least 2 other mortgage insurers in Canada who are not facing the same changes. So where your lender may have put your mortgage with CMHC, if you're 5% down and this certain credit score, they'll put it with Genworth or a different mortgage insurance as well, and you're really not going to notice the difference, honestly, in your end. Your lender will make the choice for you based on the fees and the amount you're borrowing and things like that to see what the best choice is. But we're absolutely still going to be able to get you qualified. If you qualified last week, you're going to qualify next week. However, there are buyers out there who are misinformed about this, and they think that they only have until July 1st to buy a property. So again, if you're selling, take advantage of that right now. But if you're buying, we have all the knowledge to make sure that you're going to get the right fit. You don't have to rush. It is a great time to start looking for them, but you don't have to make a decision by the 1st of July. We're going to make sure we get you that mortgage pre-approval regardless, and you can go ahead. Some great partners who are working with you on all that. As far as showings goes, guys, here at the Knowles Woolsey team, we are doing everything we can to try and make the process seamless while respecting social distancing and the guidelines and things like that to keep everybody safe. And that involves having PPE available on hand. We're not requiring clients wear masks and gloves if they don't want to, but if you do want to, we will provide them if you don't have them, and we will wear one as well if you'd like us to when we're out showing property with you. We have all the supplies ready and available for that. And now some properties we go to, the sellers would like us to wear masks and gloves to enter their home. I'm not finding to be a great many of them, but some of them do, and of course we're going to respect that because they're letting us into their home. So we want to make sure that we are, doing everything we can to make them feel safe. So again, we have those supplies with us in our vehicles when we're out showing, and if you need one, but it's usually not required unless that's what you wanted. Any other questions about how we're handling everything and how we're keeping people safe, reach out to myself or any member of the Knowles Woolsey team. We're happy to chat about it. But either way, the important takeaway from this is the market is really strong and it's a great time to buy or sell. So give me a call and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.